What's up team, Jason Cardamone here, and I am pumped up for this event coming up here at the end of May, very beginning of June, and I just wanted to declare with you guys, I've just been through this crazy phase of my life where we did a double move in the last 5 weeks or so, and there's literally not been a single day where I wasn't moving boxes for the last like 5 weeks straight here, and even I still have, it'll go on for another couple weeks. We have boxes in almost every room of our house here, but I do have some stability finally, and so I'm finally able to take some more focus around the business. And when I point this direction, my computer's just to the side of the camera here, so that's business. So I really have some more focus around my life, which is very rare for me because I'm like this ADD, running around shiny balls everywhere kind of guy. I don't know if I really have ADD. I'm just saying that as a term. So. The reason I'm cutting this video for you guys, I want to declare what I'm doing here in this month to prepare for this event coming up. And so today is February 2nd, and actually all of these ideas came to me on a run yesterday. So I'm a marathon runner. I haven't ran a full, I've done some halves before, several halves, and I have a really good coach right now, so I relate a lot of things to running, but so I'm out on a run, and a lot of my best ideas, I'll tell you the two places they come to, and I'll talk more about this in a different video, not in this one. They either come out on runs or when I'm in the shower. And for the majority of people, a lot of their best and their intuitive ideas actually come in the shower. There's reasons for that. I'll talk more about that in a different video. So I'm out on a run yesterday. It's actually super windy, kind of cold, it's kind of a weird weather, but I'm running out there. I'm listening to personal development, which I haven't had my fair share of in the last 5 weeks because we've got so many sporadic moving activities and all these crazy things happening, and just chaos in all parts of my life. It's just been chaos. Even where we're gonna sleep, even find that I went for a run like 2 weeks ago or so. It took me more than 45 minutes just to find my gear because it was like raining outside, to find my like cold weather gear. 45 minutes just to find the stuff. Then I got to put everything on, get everything ready, program my Garmin to make sure it does the right workout for me. So like more than an hour later, I'm finally leaving just to go out on a run, and I didn't even start the run yet. And so everything's getting more settled, and here is that's some of the things I'm doing, and I'm declaring this so you guys can see, some of the seriousness I put into personal development and preparation and planning and things like that. So what I'm going to do as far as personal development stuff, I'm listening to Tony Robbins' Personal Power 2. It's a 30-day program. Now I just started it this morning. Granted, it's May 2nd here. I'm gonna actually catch up a little bit because I do not want to be doing it the day or two right before the event, because I'm gonna be like making sure I'm packed and stuff like that. I also missed yesterday, so I'm gonna double up a couple days. I might even catch up on like an entire week and do the first 2 weeks here and like the first 1 week. So it's actually a program where you do like 5 days at a time and then take off the 2 days in the weekend. 5 days take off. So I'm gonna do a little double time on that. I am also going through 2 books which have been profoundly impactful in my life. Number 1 is Psycho-Cybernetics, and I heard Christian is going through this right now, as well as several other people chimed in. This will be my 5th or 6th time going through that book. That book has been foundational in the last I actually started the book just over a year ago for the first time, and it's been transformational the last 13, 14 months of my life. And secondly, the second book, I'm doing all this before the event, is to read The Talent Code again. And I've read that one other time. I think it's by Dan Coyle. I actually don't even remember the author at all, but that book it had been on my list since 2010, and I read it, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 months ago. And it really it's really some of the foundation of what makes us work. And I'm gonna be talking, you guys don't have to go read all that, because a lot of what I do is compress those lessons for you guys and teach them. And so those to me are really important to get in the right frame of mind moving into what's gonna be happening at the event here at the end of May. And so the event's in Vegas, and hopefully you guys have your wristbands. I know this actually isn't the real wristband, but this is exactly the same colors and same band, just different writing. I had this from before. So make sure you've ordered your wristband. Carlos props out to you for doing all the work on that. Site looks awesome, so make sure you got your wristbands ordered. And so here, I want to share with you guys, I've been to more than 20 events in my lifetime, and all of the biggest breakthroughs in my life, something has come from an event. And let me say that again. All of the biggest breakthroughs in my life, something has come out of an event that has, been the catalyst for that breakthrough. Now, some of them happen right there at the very event. Some of them happen the very week after. Some of them happen a month later, 6, 12 months later, usually not more than 12 months. So as I look back, and I've been going to events since 2006, now, really before that, but I mean like network marketing, business, small business, entrepreneur type of events since 2006, or at least focused on them. I went to random ones before that and they were all cool, but I didn't really know, oh, that would be cool, let's go to this for a very exact intention. So I would love for if you guys were to create some intentions around what you plan to get out of this event. I'm masterminding with a couple people, and it's really good to set your goals going in. What do you want to get out of this event? What do you want to get out of this month? Because if you don't have an intention and a set and a goal of what you are going to create this month, the world is going to tell you what it is going to create for you this month. And it will be, I actually had an intention going into the move to increase my drop shipping sales, even though I was going to be gone for 2 weeks. Well, little did I know that 2 weeks was going to turn into 5. And I don't mean be gone, but like be away. I was without internet. My computer was down. The first part of the move was down for 5 days straight. The second part, it was down for like around 8 or 10 days straight. And so right there alone is basically 2 weeks that my lifeblood of my business was down. I have a little smartphone, but you cannot effectively do drop shipping from it doesn't matter. I have like the latest smartphone. You cannot effectively run a big drop shipping business. You can do a package here and there, a package a day kind of thing, but you can't run a real business from a cell phone. You need a real machine. And so even with all that, I was determined to do it. And you know what happened? I actually, and this is with using some of the techniques from the higher level products, I actually sold a little bit less in sales, but my overall profits, everything combined with knowledge from upper level products, I actually broke even almost exactly, like within $1 or $2 of what I did the month before. And so I'm looking at all that, and now I'm like, dude, this is me talking to myself, dude. I call everybody dude, so I apologize for that, dude. But I'm like, dude, Jason, could you imagine what it's gonna be like? You have all that new knowledge. I haven't even taken action on Monopoly, by the way, yet. I own it, but I haven't gone through it yet. I had planned to go through it 2 weeks ago when we first moved in here. It's been complete chaos until just the last couple days here. It's finally settling a little bit. Still kind of chaotic, a little bit settled. So, as I use that upper level product knowledge, and I actually have my computer up the entire month here, and I can actually focus the majority of my hours where I choose them to. And I'll just share with you guys, this is just how I run my life. I just declared this to my wife as well. This entire month, my focus is on 3 things. It's on my family, it's on my business, it's on my running. So I've been training with, I'll talk about running super fast. I hired a running coach a few years ago, but it was only for a few months, and it was a long distance thing. It wasn't working out well. I hired a local coach, and it's funny, I've only seen her once. So the local part doesn't even matter. It's all been done through technology. She's amazing. She's a 4-time Olympian. I hired her in December, and my running has been going better than ever. That's a foundation of my life. My physical body, staying in shape, staying high energy, keeping healthy is a foundation for me having a lot of energy to run the business, to take care of my children, my wife, my family, my neighbors, everything I do. So anyway, I've been training for 2 big races this year. The first one is here at the end of May. It's a 10K, it's called the Boulder Boulder. It's like a worldwide famous race. And number 2 is a half marathon I'm doing later this year, like in October or November somewhere. And so this is like a highlight of all the running training I've been doing is here right before, I think it's on the 26th, it's on Memorial Day, whatever the Monday is right before we go to Vegas. And so that's one priority, but that's not number one. I'm not even gonna talk about number 1, 2. There's 3 things I'm focused on this month. So it's my running, putting in whatever I'm supposed to be doing every day. It's usually between 40 minutes and 2 hours out of my day to do whatever the run is. The 90 minutes to 120 minutes, those are like once a week usually. So family, that includes always dropping off my kids at school, picking them up, spending time with them, spending the time in the mornings I do, spending time with them, you know, after they get home from school, getting them set with their homework, later at night, all the time I spend with my children, time with my wife, our date nights, our time alone, that kind of stuff. And business, and business actually, so I put, my personal development stuff is actually separate from business, so I technically have 4 areas because it's funny, notice how I didn't include that as an area because personal development is like a foundation of my life. So I created some videos, you guys haven't even seen this, but your foundation is really important. It's like you're this giant tree and the foundation is the roots down below. And if you're, I keep meaning to have my whiteboard up, but I need 2 people and I keep forgetting to ask somebody to help me. So if you have this giant tree, the roots that go down deep, those are your foundation, and that's what personal development does for you. So you can weather storms like moving and turning into 5 weeks out of your life instead of 2, when you're in the middle of launching an awesome dropshipping business and supporting a team and doing all these things on top of keeping the family sane in these crazy, times, because moving is like one of the most stressful things anybody can do. I used to think it was just me. I found out recently everybody hates moving. And it was much less moving twice in like 2 or 3 weeks. It's a nightmare. So we actually turned it into more like an adventure, not as much as a not as much as a nightmare as it could have been. So personal development is really, that's kind of like part of my business time. And I do a lot of that when I'm out running, almost always, unless I'm doing like a cadence thing, getting my feet to step to a certain beats per minute from a song. I'm mostly listening to books on tape, listening to, speakers and things like that. So anyway, I'm going through that entire 30-day program. I am the Talent Code, Psycho-Cybernetics. I'm reading both of those books before, and I think I have actually the last, I actually might be halfway through Eric Worre's GoPro. I know some people recommended this a few months ago. I started this I started this actually right after it came out, or shortly after, and it's been sitting here like halfway through, so I gotta finish that. Probably not this month, but we'll see what happens because I'm always shooting bigger goals. So I wanted to share that with you guys because I know for sure I'm going to more than double my dropshipping business. And that, by the way, I just want to make this public declaration as well. That is not my primary business focus for me. I realize for most of you guys it is, and it should be, because it's amazing. The reason I'm put here on earth is to serve my mission statement, and it's really served at a higher level for me when I'm doing more than drop shipping. And that's not, drop shipping is amazing. If I were to rewind back 6-7 years ago, that's what I would be primarily focused on for the next 6-12 months. I am doing that as like a part-time side thing because my primary focus is on getting people to learn the intricacies of dropshipping. Now that may not make a lot of sense, but I've interviewed, at this point, it's nearing 70-75 people, a lot of them amazing dropshippers that a lot of them you guys know, some of them you don't, but I've really been digging in, getting the deep stuff of like, what's your mindset around this? What are your thoughts around this, and this? And because I just see the same patterns coming up over and over again. So I wanted to let you guys know I am growing an amazing dropshipping business. And in fact, my goals are by here in 2014, it will be profiting 5 figures a month. And it might be profiting multiple 5. I might kind of branch out the stuff from Monopoly as well as the stuff that were taught in the other modules. And so, but again, my focus there, I'm really excited to grow an amazing dropshipping business, but not me doing all the dropshipping, because I'll tell you guys, here's the truth around it. It drives me crazy, it bores me to tears. It reminds me of what I used to do, which was software engineering, where you sit there all day with a computer, you and a computer all day long. And while my brain is good at that, my heart cannot stand that, and I've learned to listen to my heart over my brain. And so my real calling is to serve and help other people and inspire. My mission statement, the purpose of my life is to love, to enjoy the journey, and to inspire, teach, and serve others. And that's exactly why I created this video. It's exactly why I do everything I do. It's exactly why I share people's stories about drop shipping, because drop shipping is the easiest way to make money I've ever seen. For anybody, it's the easiest thing I've ever done. It's the easiest way I've seen. Let me say this. Is it the easiest thing I've ever done? Yeah, I've made more money more quickly doing drop shipping than anything in my whole life. I'm talking about outside of a job. I'm talking entrepreneurial. I will also say, is there as much leverage in it as like growing a giant team in DS Domination? No, there's not. There is some leverage though, because just yesterday I sold 2 items that I listed more than 30 days ago, but yet they're still selling from work I did a long time ago. So that there is residual income in drop shipping, but there are also, it's a lot of either you do it hands-on or you outsource stuff, and that's really the game plan for me. So I'm gonna be growing that with a minority my focus and part-time, but I'm gonna be leveraging my skill sets through outsourcing, and so I can really multiply and get more than 8, 10, 20. I can get 40 hours a day. I just gotta hire a few people, and all of a sudden you have all of their time and you pay them for it and you grow a giant business. So I'm excited to grow the dropshipping side of the business as an entrepreneur. Not as, I don't want me working in the business. I want me working on the business, the higher level, seeing the bigger things. And I'm doing that because they're challenges for me there, because I've built giant teams for these last more than 30,000 in all these years. And what I've seen over all this time is there's certain parts of the business where my leadership has been tested, and some things I've passed and I've got through and I've grown as a leader. Some things I haven't broken through. I'm like, hey, this is something I was struggling with 6 years ago, and 4 years ago, and 2 years ago, and last week. I need to break through this thing, and some of those are the same as, growing a big business and getting people fully, accountable for themselves, doing things on their own, not just tied into a leader. Hey, what do I do for this, for this, for this? They're off on their own. They're productive. They're doing their own kind of thing. So it's really a lot of the same skills that I've been doing for years now, teaching people how to make money growing affiliate marketing. It's just a lot easier to teach them how to do it during drop shipping, because the entire growth curve. There's still a big growth curve, guys, but compared to learning everything for network marketing, videos and traffic and conversions and all the stuff to really get be like the best in the world, to do that around network marketing and do it online, I think that skill set is a lot bigger than to learn all the drop shipping stuff. I think that's all the skills, there's less skills. What that means is you're gonna become one of the best drop shippers in the entire planet easier than be one of the best network marketers in the entire planet. That's just my belief of what I've seen people doing. And now everybody has their own gifts too, so you have to realize what your own gifts are, and especially you have to look at task-oriented versus people-oriented and where things fall. So there's all kinds of ways to make crazy money. The cool thing in DS Domination, we have all of that in one. So I know I got a little distracted. I want to throw in a little extra value, and my intention for this video is to let you guys know what I'm doing this month, let you know I'm working my tail off. You've probably seen me a little bit more in the group in the last day or two. I'm even redefining some things, and I probably shouldn't go into this in this video, but I have, being totally out of my element for the last 5 weeks, it's been really a great blessing for me, because I've been able to look at things in a new light, like in a new home, in a new office that has crazy echo. I know there's echo in here. I'll deal with it in the next month or two. I got to do a whole bunch of these crazy panels and stuff in this room here. So I do apologize for the echo. I meant to say that earlier. I totally forgot. So seeing things in these new light, I've realized there's some things I can do better, and I've started to look at things. How can I make this better? and that applies to my family, to my house, to my business. And I've already found several areas where I'm like, hey, I can do this better. So all that to say, I'm actually changing the way that I'm working in the Facebook group to where it's gonna be where I can be just as effective, but not as intrusive, where I'm popping in there every 5 or 10 minutes, where I'm gonna go in there, you know, a certain number of times per day at a set time, go in there, pour a bunch of love and value and inspiration and pour some stuff out there, and then get out and stay out for the next hour, couple hours, you know, whatever the set times are. So I'm still creating the exact intentions around all that stuff, and it's also why I'm not mentioning numbers right now, because I haven't created all my intentions around exactly what I'm going to be doing this month, but also exactly what I'm going to be getting out of. I should do the event over here because the event's in the future. I always do the future this way for you guys. So as we're going into the event, I'm really going to be planning out exactly what I'm going to take out from this event. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Really sit down. What do you need in your business? What are you looking to get? What are you missing? What does somebody else have? What do you see somebody else doing? You're like, that, I want to get that out of the event. I want to, because it's all about modeling. You guys have so many examples all around in our group. Go grab, not you guys, I'm not talking down to you. We all have amazing examples all around. I think a lot of my success, because I'm making more in dropshipping than most people, not nearly what the top guys that you're hearing interviews from making 5-10 grand a month. I'm not even close to that yet, but I am making a lot more than most people in the group. And the reason is, and I'm still doing it very part-time. Why? The reason is because I'm looking at, okay, look at Eric Foster, look at Jason O'Neill, look at, there's like I shouldn't have named names because now I have to name like 50,000 people's names. Look at what all these guys are doing. What's one thing I can grab from them? Heck, what's 5 things I can do like they're doing? Because it's about modeling and doing what other people are doing. What's really interesting for me personally, in the last 2 weeks I've realized there's not just one way to get to 5 or 10 grand a month, much less 30 or 50 or 100 grand a month with a dropshipping business. There's not one path, there's not one person to model. Because I've heard no less than 3 people, all of them approaching in 3 different approaches, all of them making significant money in their business. Significant, more than the average household income in the US. And so I look at that and I'm like, now that gets me really pumped up because I'm like, you know, take on everything. So now I'm like, okay, now how can I take all 3 of those and just do the best of all of them? And I don't mean outdo them, I mean grab their best practices and do all the best stuff to make the best business for me. Because maybe I'm going to be set with a dropshipping business of 50,000, maybe Jason O'Neill and Eric Foster, those guys are probably going to go out there and do like 150, 500K, $1 million a year kind of a thing. Like crazy, sorry, per month, not a year, per month. Jason's already doing that. He's already doing 100 grand a year. So I'm talking about everybody's going to have their different levels of growing a business and their goals, and they're going to have different things happen along the way, and you're going to want to create exit strategies for your business, everything. But I'm getting way too deep for everything. I just wanted to jump out there, throw a little love out in the group. I hope this is helpful. If there's anything, let me leave you guys with this, that if there's anything you want to see at all, let me know. Because one of the parts of me focusing on business, I told you the 3 things I'm focused on. Well, the business part of that, one of those I have to do every single day is shoot videos. And that's because that's one of my highest callings. It's one of the reasons God put me here on this earth. It's really a deep part of who I am and what I've come to realize. I first realized this around 2008, and I look at some events in my previous life. I look at some events up to my life that had happened up to 2008, and I bought the same video camera you guys are on now in December 2008. And really, and I remember being so freaked out making my first, even before that, making videos on a little camera, but I've really just come to know that's really what I am attracted to, what I'm magnetized to, what I am called to do is really to serve my mission statement, inspire, to love, to, you know, serve, teach, and also have fun along the way, but to do all that through videos. So if there's anything at all that you want to see, especially anything around like obstacles you're hitting your business, let me know below this video. I will go if I don't know the answer, first of all, if I do the answer, I'll turn on the camera and I'll get it out to you. If I don't know the answer, I'll get out to the group, find out who knows the answer, and I'll either get them to tell you, or I will relay, you know, all the nuggets from them and answer your stuff, because I love doing that stuff. That's, you know, it's something I live for. It's really how I created my mission statement, is doing that stuff. So, guys, pumped up for Vegas. Go get your wristbands. Can't wait to deliver a lot more stuff to you guys. And until next time, we will see you guys real soon. Love you guys, MMOWU team. To your ultimate success. God bless, guys.